That's, you know what I mean? Like
That's a
trying
little.
to.
Oh no, she did. In fact, it goes on to say CNN did not show the video because it was so gory.
Mm,
Sanchez was booked on driving under the influence, so she was obviously high or drunk off something,
mm.
and vehicle manslaughter charges at Merce County Jail on Saturday. The drugs were so bad, her father says, that she may not even have remembered what she was doing, type of thing.
Mm.
Now, I do know some substances like Xanax could give you that.
I'm sure she
Could
was pretty aware. The fact that she was driving a vehicle lets us know that she somehow had some kind of sanity, that some kind of ability of being with and in the moment, even though she was kind of like partying in her head or whatever the case may be.
No, definitely she messed up
Yeah,
huge,
and
and
she knows it because she knows she was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to jail. Like,
on or off.
yeah.
Yeah, he believes she knows she done something
Oh
bad,
yeah.
terrible. The crash, when it happened, she was driving, and like you said, she veered off the road, then overcorrected herself across the lane, going the opposite way. The car flipped. The car first ran into a barbed wire fence, and then it flipped, and her 14-year-old sister flew out the window and dies. Neither had their seatbelt on. There's another girl from Fresno who suffered severe leg injuries who was in the car as well. She didn't finish. She also finished all the way through. She recorded all the way through through the crash and everything. They say she was even seen in the video kissing and slapping her sister to wake up. That's sad.
Yeah.
If you were able to witness that on live. And police encourage people to use reporting tools if they see content like this in the future. Instagram said attempts to interrupt live videos as quickly as possible once they've been reported. So police and social media, they're both working on
Oh, what people don't want to see
reporting.
real life stuff, but they want to put it in the movies like it's nothing, though, huh? Oh my goodness, come on now.
Well,
I mean, I understand but it's just like, it's the kind of content that it's like that shock value. CNN goes across the freaking world to cover things that are just as gory.
yeah.
And
Well, what happened was it really surfaced when Sanchez Hernandez posted it on Facebook, the social media site.
I think what they're just tripped out about the fact that it is a social media site because it came from a real live source, that it's just something that they wouldn't expect to have on their website of such nature because, we're Instagram. It's a fun thing. It's, for everybody to, hang out together on this platform and, see what everybody's doing with their life or whatnot. But lives can be pretty jacked up out there. They got access and it's
Right.
going to be in everybody's hands. And sometimes the content that people are going to provide is just that real life stuff,
Yeah.
versus, Hollywood going making up or CNN going, across, covering war. It's the same kind of content. It's just, sad to know that it's those kind of accidents where it's not a private moment and she chose to publicize something like that. It's the shock value of it that she was just so
Bold.
just so into videotaping her incident and whatever situation she was going through to include that. My gosh, it's just shocking. It's just very shocking. I'm sure Instagram and any social media platform aren't looking to see that. However, many people grab other types of videos of the same kind of nature and will repost them, even though it's not their footage, and say, look at this, check this out, this isn't right. These kinds of things like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's that same kind of content, it just happened to be real time, real life.
Yeah.
Right. And to be honest, I mean, is sad.
But at least she got to capture what actually happened.
But that's the type of stuff that as a society we actually like to see. I mean,
strange, right?
Yeah, it is.
It is
I mean,
You want to see
strange.
the cops dash cams and everything, and
I mean,
you
do you
see to
remember
watch them
Faces of
killing
Death?
somebody point blank.
do you remember those videos?
Yeah, I remember. I have a friend who still watches those.
Well, I think the body cam is more so for justice for the people. Maybe I don't think it's I definitely know it's not for entertainment or anything. It's more so like, hey, what happened? Not as if people want to see it, but people need to see that. We need to see what happened. Like, why is he dead? You know.
But I think it's a good thing that did happen, because it kind of saw the state in which everything that led up to her death happened.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's kind of like that dash cam footage, and somebody just happened to be rolling and caught it, like Faces of Death. They caught they caught the incident.
And that's the type of stuff we need, right, to be affected. Something real.
If they need that shock value,
I mean, what I can remember hearing my mom and my aunts talk about when they were in high school, and they had the driving ed and the video they used to show, and how it was like road rash or something like that, and how gory
the red
and that
asphalt,
stuff was.
red asphalt.
Yes.
They called this red asphalt. As a matter of fact, I just saw another video circulating, and it was a mashup of all the different types of gory crashes like that, and just literally people beheaded, body parts hanging out all over the place, just people crushed in their vehicles. And like they had an entire mashup of these types of images. And for people to be out there, just to be careful. Warning, be careful. You end up like this. You know, a 18-year-old girl who was driving a Porsche and like got hit a toll bridge area, and you know and now she's like hanging out, and she's half her face is gone. But they show these things. They're showing and sharing and saying, "Hey, we put this together for you. You know, take a look at it," kind of thing. And you know, she's providing the same thing. It's just unfortunate because it's so fresh, and she was young, and the sister was young, and she's, you know, over her sister, and like, what can she do? Like, she's like, this just happened. This is my sister. Like, she's dying, and there's nothing I can do, and I know I'm gonna freaking go to jail. Like, she's just letting people know, like, this is real life situation, y'all. I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
I just effed up, like, real bad, and there's nothing I can take back. There's nothing I can do. And to people, they want to call it shocking, and I think it's just they want to put more to it. But like I said, they have images like this floating that they put together for fun.
It's real life.
They make movies like this for fun. Final Destination movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of them. You know, same kind of stuff.
You're right.
So, I mean, I can't get a shock out of it, honestly.
Yeah, no, not the world we live in. That stuff is everywhere. But no, Instagram is working to make sure every time
Something like that comes off real quick,
that you could report it and get to authorities quick, and they're getting better with taking it down as soon as possible.
They're gonna have like a Facebook button type thing where it's just like hide post. Okay, why? I don't like this.
Post.
Now, if you guys are heads of these social media sites that allow for live video, would this make you change?
No.
Nope. I'd allow them to keep it, actually, honestly.
Not at all.
I wouldn't even try to censor it, because you have tons of that stuff
I agree.
floating, and there are, I mean, in everything, in Hollywood and everything, and real life. So why censor something else that's coming through what you allowed them to do? You allowed them to live stream. You provided that platform. I provided that platform. This is what I get. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
now,
it's not like every day, so
but then
I mean,
I have
of
to
course.
be restrictive on the porn stuff, though. That stuff right there. Okay, so granted, I guess there are some things, that goriness, porn, vulgarity of sorts.
A little over, when it's really over the top, I would guess.
Yeah, but that kind of that can totally be just like, hey, you guys, wake up, like, be careful when you're driving, be careful. That, to me, I think is a little bit more permissible than porn or something that they're doing for because they're trying to put some like vulgarity or trying to make that versus a freak accident of nature, or not of nature, but of bad judgment.
Nice.
But yeah, that's my thought on it.
Sweet.
I agree wholeheartedly. Well, as we move forward, a little lighter side of the world, I would cut in, given the weather and traffic, then you can jump into your other article.
Oh, sweet.
All right. Right now it is 63 degrees. It's going to be a high of 92.
Ooh, nice.
Pretty low for what we've been dealing with over the last couple weeks.
92?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I woke up in the when I got to my car, and it was like a little frost like on the front. You know, I was like, what?
What? Yeah.
I feel like I'm in
You get
Illinois.
you get a little sheet of ice in the winter, by the way.
I like it. I like it.
You'd be like, oh, let me get my little scraper out, some warm water. No.
Man, dude, I used to have to back in Illinois. I used to have to scrape like the ice off my car and stuff. So when I used to go to work late, I used to stick my head out the window like,
Yeah,
Ace
trying to drive
Ventura.
around.
Yeah, it's
but you
not-
don't have time because you
it's
don't have time
not.
if you're running late to like. You got to warm the vehicle up. You got to get the ice scraper out. You got to put any if you got a good fluid that assists in like getting the ice off, like a de-icer of sorts. I used to just use like a vinegar water spray,
Yep.
or I'd get like a warmer
like a-
water so I can
I've seen videos of
hurry
that.
up and like do the wipers really quickly after I've already scraped off whatever. Like, dang it. And then you got to have the brush that has you have to have the scraper that has the brush on the end. Because after
bro,
you
I am going, bro.
After you're
I have
scraping
my
all
ID
that,
card
you're-
out there.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, the ID card. I did with the ID card, but after my hands
Bro,
start freezing, I'm
You
good.
ready to get out
Oh
of
my
here with
God.
all that? I'll make it work.
Shoot,
All right.
Oh man, that is funny.
And back to
Yeah.
traffic. Or weather.
Yeah, weather. 60 degrees right now, low of 64. Like I said, high of 92. That gets me a little excited to get out and do stuff during the day. 95 tomorrow, and then it'll be 100 for the rest of the week. That is the weather right now. As far as traffic goes, a little slow and go in pockets here and there in the city. There is an accident on I-5 by Hammer, getting onto the freeway. Actually, right under the undercrossing.
Right on the undercrossing. It looked like there was one that might be over there off of 99, Highway 4 going to 99, going northbound or so.
Yeah, this is the ramp. It's a full closure. They're still working on that bridge.
Oh, man.
So be prepared on that. You should know that's been going on. We've been telling you about that the last couple of weeks. So use the detours, ladies and gentlemen. Use the detours. As far as slow and go traffic, just the usual. You have some over on West Fremont heading on to the I-5 freeway. 5 is a little slow and go looks like from Hammer all the way down to, what's that? 8th Street, going all the way down to, looks like to Tracy, headed down to Tracy. 99 is the same, a little slow and go. All through Stockton, headed out to Manteca.
I'm so glad I don't commute anymore.
Oh my gosh, I don't miss it at all. A little slow and go on Ben Holt headed to I-5. A little slow and go on West Lincoln Road between El Dorado and Leesburg. And a little slow and go on Don Avenue. Looks like headed out to Hammer as well, headed to I-5. So a little slow and go in pockets around town. Just be safe, get out early, and you'll miss it. That's weather and traffic. Yeah,
All
but-
right. Thanks, Alex, for weather and traffic.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, next thing we need is somebody actually out there on the streets, like, oh, going to so and so out there in
Right.
the heat.
Yeah, you can hear the traffic in the back, little wind going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just out here.
It's
on the
just
freeway.
it's going slow. I'm stuck between cars.
We'll send Renee for that one. And going
We'll-
to Renee in traffic.
No, we'll send Marcellus.
And going to Renee in traffic. How's that
He'll have a lot more fun.
sunshine?
He'll be talking to everybody. So how's it in your? Are you okay to stop and go?
Is that right?
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
I have to agree with that.
Oh, you
Social
second that?
butterfly.
Okay.
The social
All right.
butterfly.
Plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. Sometimes I don't feel like talking.
He'll walk over to the pretty girls.
You know, and when I don't feel like talking, like I recognize it so much. It's like I could talk to you, but I'm not going to. Like in my head, I'm like I don't feel like it, but I know I can. Like I know I could
It's me
be.
every day.
Like I
like
know
you
I can make you smile, but I'm not. Okay.
You're like no service.
Nice,
We
Renee.
we like that, Ron.
The app segment.
Ron,
I'm playing. Next to dictionary, find her noises next to her dictionary app. Okay. Anyways, this next article I have is a little bit more informative rather than informing. Same thing. Mac malware caught silently spying on computer users. Now, they say Macs are supposed to be unhackable.
Yeah, supposed to be.
But if you know anything about computers, know nothing.
Hackable.
Yeah, you know nothing's unhackable. Mac users typically think they're immune to malware. Researchers have found an unusual piece of malware called fruit fly, and that's been infecting Macs for years. Wow. So last night I was reading this article and I was just like, I'm thinking since I have an iPhone, like I'm not going to get hacked. I'm thinking, my next laptop I'm going to invest in is going to be a Mac so I don't have to worry about viruses. And this just really disappointed me. I'll carry on. Fruit fly spies on you, takes pictures, captures what you display on your screen, and logins as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're doing everything just like on the Windows PC. Patrick Wardle, chief secretary researcher at secretary firm Snack, found 400 computers infected and believe there are many more. Researchers have found the code was modified to work with the Mac Yosemite operating system. So that system has been in use since October 2014.
2014?
2014. So researchers found that it was modified to work on the Mac Yosemite operating system, which has been around since 2014. So this suggests that, that hack has been going on for a while now, and a lot of people are just unaware of it. Probably the people who are having it done are just like, what's going on with my Mac,
Or maybe they're not even
aware that it's going on.
Yeah, because if it's kind of behind the scenes and just capturing what you're doing and screenshots.
Exactly.
It's kind of one of those things where who's using it.
Warder says there are multiple strains of the fruit fly.
So that's it, you guys. Check, the fruit fly. You guys gotta make sure you guys don't have fruit flies if you guys got Macs.
But although
Man, that sucks.
The Mac malware is considerably less widespread than Windows, it still exists. Apple did not respond to any of this.
Of course not.
Macware has licensed and has increased in the many years, according to reports from the security system McAfee. Is that what it's called?
McAfee. People call it.
McAfee. That's for
Tomato,
Windows
tomato.
as well, huh? They have that for both?
Yes.
Mac malware skyrocketed in 2016. So right now it's at its highest.
So Mac malware is the one that actually discovered it then?
No, Mac malware skyrocketed in 2016, but according to the reports, McAfee discovered that the
fruit fly existed?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that it skyrocketed in 2016.
So it's kind of been having its data.
Recently it's been just going off the charts. And there, people don't think it's anything. They said when it skyrocketed, it's mainly more advertising and stuff like that, hacks, and not people spying on you. But at the same time, it's that's creepy too.
Yeah, so maybe that's how they end up, being able to tailor make an advertisement pop up on your computer. So in the event that you just happen to have a conversation, or you just Googled a particular store, or you needed some kind of equipment for going out and doing the yards, like, oh, I need a new blower, I need a new hedger, I need a new weed eater. Oh my gosh. So all of a sudden you went and looked up, and now you have all these advertisements popping up all over your searches and everything because it captured that you were looking for those things.
Never experienced that, but I have experienced something like email hacks, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, phishing. Okay, well,
a lot of different. There are a lot of different styles. My the only reason I know is because my mom, she's a computer nerd, and she will decipher any hack on the computer. Like, she will reread. She works for the government,
so she does IT.
Yeah, she works for NGA. To get more specific, She's that woman. When it comes to computers, she's that woman. Like, dude.
Nice.
She will.
Mom, help me out. I think I see something. Can you see if we have fruit fly on here?
Dude, if I wanted to, she could just hack straight into my Facebook. Just boom. She's like, that's easy.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I kind of
Can't do nothing.
I got tripped out. Somebody had showed me how to actually get into somebody else's stuff. In the event that they like shared passwords or shared an email, you can go in and start changing settings on their stuff. It's really interesting. That was kind of scary, actually. I was really upset that somebody showed me that.
It's wild because my mom is a like tech freak, and then my little brother and then my older brother are also tech freaks.
Nice.
But it just skipped me. Like, I'm just like, everything I do,
Snap.
I'm like, hey, watch. I'm like, hey, how do you change this PDF into a, you know what I'm saying? Something so simple. And they're just like, oh, king. But they are always like that, even at a young age, you know, downloading things on the computer, doing this just on the computer and all that. And I'm just like, how do I open up this file? It's in my pictures. I'm like,
This image won't download.
All right. And that was all the articles I had for today.
Thanks for sharing. I'm glad you brought those in.
You're
Pretty
welcome,
relevant,
guys.
especially the hacking, the fruit fly.
Yeah, and those were
That's pretty
cited
relevant.
from CNN as well. All my articles are going to be off CNN because I like the app. They're real organized with their articles.
And that, for the most part, in the past, I've gathered they had great resources and great sources to pull from. I don't know about lately if they're not so biased anymore where they once probably were. But yeah, they're, I think, one of the more reliable sources of pulling some news from.
Definitely. Did you have any articles you wanted to share, Renee?
No. Thank you, though.
You're welcome. And I think we're on that note, we are going to take a little break, and then we'll be back with our next segment.
You're listening to the Voice of Stockton on KXVS.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not
Radio, the voice of Stockton, KXVS 92.1 FM.
And you're back here with the Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show.
Hey.
I'm Alex here with Ronnie.
Yep.
Marcellus.
Hello.
And we're good. We're great. 8 o'clock hour.
Yes. So we have affirmations and a daily reflection of living the 7 habits of highly effective people.
I just like the name of that.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, it's just 7 habits of highly effective people. People wonder, like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? I mean, you got to make it a habit, and it takes a lot of energy, a lot of practice, and to get even to the point of like wanting to put things into practice as creating a good habit for yourself to just level up, as Bubba was just singing about.
Just like the track said, right?
Yeah, level
nice.
up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there like a set
back.
number of days where they say you do it for an amount of time and then it becomes a
21
habit?
days.
I heard 90 or 66 or 90. I've heard 90.
21 days I've heard to actually create and make a change. If you do it every single day, it should start to become normal, comfortable for your body.
Is that a habit? Is that what it's saying?
To create a new habit or to break an old habit.
Yep.
Have you tried it?
I've
In 21 days? I think I've tried it.
I never really counted the days because it's kind of one of those things where if I really just wanted to do it, I would just do it. I don't even think about the days I need. I just make an effort every day to do what it is that I need to do. So
There you go.
And then I kind of assess the situation around me to see, like, because sometimes I can be pretty intense. Oh, am I going too extreme? Okay, I need to back up and ease up a little bit. A lot of people I hear, relax, Renee. Relax, Renee. I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay.
Relax.
So I gotta like take that into context. Or I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm a little too stern on it, too square bear about it, too rigid, start to try to flex a little bit. So I'll like start to take cue. And if somebody like really puts it out there, I'm like, I got to really sit and think about like, what is it that I need to relax about? What is it that has me so like on edge about like why I need to be so like
Just ready.
rigid or yeah. But for the most part, yeah, it's taken me, I've come a long way from where I've been as far as like making good habits for myself and doing things, Some people, they get early head starts and stuff, on life and, get some knowledge a little bit before others do.
Some
people learn the hard way and it takes a little longer. That might be me. But I don't care. I'm happy with myself.
I'm like you guys know Double Dutch before you start. You know Double Dutch when you're, that's how I am.
Oh, okay.
With life. Like,
in there
right.
and you're flowing,
Everybody
or you're
else
trying to get in?
Trying to get in.
All
Everybody
right.
else jumped in and started. I'm like, don't really want to. What's going to happen? How many black people going to be there?
Oh, my God.
Well, you're double dutching, so
You ever
a
jumped in
lot.
double
I'm
Dutch?
playing.
You ever jumped in double Dutch?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever really have, maybe once or twice successfully.
We got to bring the
I
ropes.
used to do I used to do them. I used
turn
to,
I'm
them.
trying to think of this
heck
comedian.
yeah.
I think it's Cedric the Entertainer.
I do like Chinese jump.
Yeah.
Like the Chinese jump.
Oh, yeah, with the rubber bands. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I like that thing. I used to do that. And then
I actually used to do that, too.
Hula hoop jump.
hula hoop.
I'm little.
Well,
I
let
can
me
hit
see
those.
what this one here, Daily Reflections for Highly Effective People. Live in the 7 habits of highly effective people every day. So July 25th says, it is impossible to achieve public victory with popular win-win negotiation techniques or reflective listening techniques or creative problem-solving techniques that focus on personality and truncate the vital character base. Effective interdependence can only be achieved by truly independent people. So you really got to know what you want, what you're going, what the whole goal is. And, yes, there's time for win-win negotiations, but sometimes there just isn't time for that. If it's going to compromise the character of who you are, I would definitely not call that a win-win situation. Sometimes, there isn't time for just active listening or reflective listening. Sometimes you just need to take action at the moment and make that decision when nobody else is trying to make a decision. You've got to make that decision.
Why are you looking at?
Oh.
Why are you staring at
Well,
me,
you guys know
Ronnie?
because he's on.
The reason because that and the life instruction are similar but yet opposite.
How so? Read. I don't hear what yours has to say.
It says, when negotiating, let the other person make the first offer.
Yeah, because then you can see where they're at with what it is that they were thinking of putting out there. Because you may have a number. Say, let's just say it's a dollar figure per se. You may have like a higher number. If they come in and it's a lower number, you already started winning off top because you're like, oh, I don't even have to go that high, you know. And then with negotiations, if you have, you can even talk them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they're probably thinking, oh, I should just go high, and if that's their high, and you already had a different higher number in place, like you're like, oh, so that kind of makes sense. Let them put a number out there first.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's kind of like, yeah, sometimes you might want to just throw that out there, making that decision where you're just like, hey, I'm just gonna set it. And this is what it is, and this is where I'm at, and let somebody else work around what you put out there on the table.
Yeah, I think it goes, if you take them together, I think it can go back to something you had said maybe, I think last week sometime, about knowing your room and know when to affect something instead of letting it happen. So knowing who's in the room, either you let the offer be put to the table or you make that stance initially.
Yeah.
Because you have to make that stance, that charge, to show that you are ready to deal.
Yeah, I think so. Well, our affirmations, 31 daily affirmations, I've come too far for anybody who, is just pushing along for trying to affect any kind of change in their life. Anybody who's trying to, just stay on the up and up, keep their head above water. They're like just entrenched in like negativity. People around you are negative. You're trying to, create a more positive environment for yourself, be in a better emotion for yourself, put yourself in a better place when you got people talking all these doubts around you, whatnot. Well, I'm just going to skip through. I'm going to go to chapter 14. And that one is, I will outwork my doubts until they no longer exist.
Man.
And it says,
real.
When I begin to wonder if I'm really up for this or if I can handle what's been put in front of me, I will work harder. I will grind as I cry, and I will fight some more. I will get up earlier than I did before. I will stay longer than I originally thought I would have to. I will get the most out of every hour I put in my craft and add hours of work onto it, if necessary, but I will not tolerate my doubts. I will prove to myself that I am ready for whatever steps my way. Even when progress seems stagnant, I will stay committed to the plan, and I will work. I don't need to rely solely on my talent or anybody's silver spoon. I will get it done with my work ethic and consistency until I can tell even myself, I told you so. I know you feeling that
Had
one.
to flex on that one.
I know he's feeling that one because remember our conversation yesterday. He's like, be here this time, this that.
Yeah.
We're just working harder, working better, working smarter, getting it more planned out. Keeping in, our communicate. I'm just loving y'all out there. Our communication between our team is just like amazing. So yeah, but we can go to break, and then when we come back, we'll just go ahead and go through the horoscope and
Let's do it.
Daily quote.
Sounds good. See ya.
Imagine me, a dog, moving in with a human. I didn't know how it would work. Turns out, my human's pretty entertaining. For instance, every time I give my human his ball, he throws it as far as he can. And I'm like, dude, that's your ball. So I go get it. But he just throws it. Again. I gotta say, though, the more he does it, the funnier it is. I love my human.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Shout out my nigga Dark Sage one time, man.
Danny, the king.
goddamn. See you licking frosting from your own hand.
What's up, people? I am back. We are back as a team, and I'm your boy Marcellus. I got your girl Renee to my left, and Alex as well. Why don't we go into horoscopes, Renee?
We're gonna go ahead and go into horoscopes. I think that would be a good thing. I want to read this daily quote real quick because it's real quick. So the daily quote is: "Life is trying things to see if they work." That's by Ray Bradbury.
Say that again.
Life is trying things to see if they work.
I think I need that tattooed on my hand.
So go live life. Just try things.
Nah, man, just get
when you
that
put your hand and be like, oh,
get that on
I
your
gotta
neck,
try
bro.
that. Oh, time to try it.
I don't know about that.
Be inspirational. Every time you look up,
it's like I'm just like by the time you're 90, you have all these quotes on your arm.
So the Post-its on the mirror.
You're like, I just. Yeah. So okay, we're gonna start with Leo. Okay, so all you Leos out there.
And why are we starting with Leo
because it's
now?
Leo's time, man. It's like we're entering Leo energy. Someone you've been admiring from afar for a variety of reasons will say or do something now to let you know that the feeling is mutual, and over the next few weeks you'll probably be spending quite a bit of time with them. This may or may not be romantic, but it certainly will be life-changing. You have a lot to teach each other. Start tonight. I'm racking and my brain is reeling as to who is that person for me.
You sound like a Virgo. It's so crazy.
Just accept it.
Right.
Just accept your fate.
If we all
What
could
is that fate?
have the mindset of Marcellus, I think we all would be good.
No.
What is a Marcellus mindset? Please tell me. I'm intrigued.
Go out and try it.
Oh, well, I won't do nothing crazy like
no, but how many...
try no ghost pepper or nothing.
Ooh,
oh
as
far
God.
as dating and relationships go.
You know what? I put on a huge front that
that you take risks.
That
really don't.
Well, I mean, I
he takes
like
risks.
a lot about
yeah.
I take I'm a risk taker,
He
but
goes on
the thing
stage,
about
yo.
it is I put on this huge front like, hey, I'm Mr. Player. No, I just look, or I just take what I've always been because growing up, everybody's always been like, you're a pretty boy, you're a pretty boy. Even growing up, like trying to be hard, you know, everybody's like, oh, you just a pretty, you know, like Nelly, you know, like. No, I could be hard. Hold on, like, but nah. So being like knowing what you look like is good because you could play off of it. So I play off of it a lot. Now, you know, I talk a lot of stuff. Oh, I'll holler at her. I've done it before, but as far as me being that guy doing that, I'm not out here actively hollering at every girl, and you know what I'm saying. Like I'm just Marcellus, but I will play off it all day because it's funny to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, this, that is. But as far as no, I'm a shooter. Nah, I was standing on the wall at the club all the time, like all the time, like.
So what is this mentality that gets you there?
I'm just really confident.
Okay,
but it doesn't mean I shoot all the time though. I may be confident in myself, like yeah, I could if I wanted to, like straight up. But
so it's confidence, you guys. You got to have confidence.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to, man. Everybody's different.
Everybody needs to have confidence. Everybody, even if it's just a little bit of confidence, you gotta have confidence.
Do what works for y'all.
Because then people will just, dismiss themselves before they even get dismissed by anybody else. Be like, oh, yeah, no, I can't do that.
Some girls like that little shyness, that abruptness. Like I said, do what works for y'all. Make what works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'd have to agree with her. You gotta have confidence because it's. You just have to. Overall, you have to have it. I mean, especially even for yourself at the end of the day, just feeling good about what you're doing.
I've seen people who don't have confidence, and then they really are just like, no, I'm not going anywhere. No, I don't want to go. And it's like they don't even go out their house. They don't even want to leave. They don't want to do anything because their confidence isn't even at a level for them to feel comfortable enough to be like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and rock this outfit and go ahead and go to the store so I can pick these things up because I need them.
She's saying just enough.
Yeah,
so
in those terms, I agree.
Put yourself.
There is some
confidence
necessary.
Yeah.
Stay afloat, people.
Right.
Stay on the up and up, man. Have no doubts about yourself. Keep that confidence strong. You know, even if it's just a little bit. Be like, yep, I'm doing this.
And if you don't, just find somebody to keep around you to
have a good front. You have a good confident front. You know who has a lot of confidence? Usually bigger guys.
What, bigger in what do you mean bigger?
As
like bigger in their
overweight,
stature, bigger in
overweight,
their...
bigger guys.
Yeah,
like big dudes know that confident
ones?
is a key. So if they get confident, man, I see a lot of shooters who
Pull
are
girls.
big. Yeah.
You're talking about pulling
and
them.
have confidence and who do actually pull, you know, just have that straight confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's all about
keeping
the
keeping the girls happy, keeping them laughing, keeping them, you know, right there. So
warm.
I was gonna, keeping them warm for sure. Hey,
I don't know what.
I need one of them right there because I'm always cold. No. But that's so funny. I'm gonna have to tell you guys a story later about something. Like he said, I won't try ghost peppers. I'm gonna have to tell you a story about a contest that we had put together in the military. It was a ghost pepper eating contest. It was ridiculous. I'm gonna have to tell you guys later. But I'm gonna move on to Virgo. So Virgo, you're about to be made privy to some top secret information.
Oh.
Some extremely sensitive material, to say the least.
I like juice.
This may not be a matter of national security, but to the person who's confiding in you, it will certainly feel just as important. So keep that in mind if you're tempted to tell just one person about what you've heard.
It's always a tempt to tell one, right?
Yeah, and you got to keep those secrets.
Yeah.
Because then things start to get out of control for you and your world, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's gonna be confiding in y'all.
I wonder who it is. I wonder what the hell it is.
I know, that's what I was saying. I wonder who the heck is gonna be catching my eye.
I'm not starting to believe these horoscopes anymore. I'm just done with them.
They're just for
I'm
fun.
just done with them.
They're just for fun.
I'm like, whatever.
On the lighter side of the world, aside from, people damaging their property or, end up taking a life on the lighter side of things. Aquarius. You've been thinking about making a change for a while now. You haven't mentioned it to anyone, but you've been mulling it over and doing a bit of investigating in private. I don't know. Maybe you might take it. Anyways, it may soon be time to tell the world about what you've been planning, especially if you've already decided to make a major move. Why are you smiling? If your announcement leaves your dear ones speechless, keep in mind that although you've become used to the idea, they haven't yet had the chance. So be patient. So when you spring it on them, it's like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this. They got to take time to think about it, absorb it, process it. Like, wow, he's really doing that. Oh, okay. Look at you all quiet.
Nope, got it.
You was talking about you're gonna say something when yours comes.
No,
I'm curious.
Curious as
I'm
to
curious. What you got in mind?
I gotta wait. You're not ready for it.
Okay, I'll take that at face value. I'll be your mirror. You're not ready for it. Taurus, you've been selected. For the next month or so, you'll become more deeply involved with a group of people you've been seeing a lot of lately. These individuals will become increasingly dear to you and you to them. Chances are good you'll share either a spiritual, artistic, or musical connection. Chances are even better that one of them will appeal to you for a lot more than platonic reasons. Bet you know exactly who that is, too. They just trying to throw a little drama in there for the Tauruses, Sheesh, my knees. Because y'all, if you got a significant other,
that was her.
What?
That noise, that was her.
The sheesh?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
I thought you would push the button.
I know, right? You're just kind of like, this one. Oh, you get cut off right when you try to get to it. Anyways.
That's funny. Okay.
But yeah, so you never know. We're just having fun with the horoscopes. It's, nothing, written in stone for you guys. So hopefully.
Except for the Leos. That's always true.
Oh, I'll have to start talking to my friends to see, are y'all coming back to town anytime soon?
I think it was talking about maybe somebody random.
No, I think it was saying somebody that you already know that you've been already in connection with, like, maybe you already have, like, a rapport or whatever the case may be, and maybe they're, like, out of the area. I don't know. Maybe they're in the area. Maybe in distance as to not so much time and space, but, like,
maybe it doesn't even exist, and it's just for fun.
Yeah,
fine.
you're right.
That's what's mine is coming to me. Except for that last one,
Yeah, let's just cut it off because you're right. It's just...
No, mine, that last one for me, that was like, boom. I was ready for that one, like, boom. The other two, yesterday and the day before, not really feeling it. The one when I was in my feelings, I wasn't really feeling that. Really? No? Yeah, I was like, I didn't even feel emotional or nothing.
But didn't you come back and say that you were probably, it probably hit you
that 2 days,
night?
a couple of days later, like a day and a half later. Yeah. I was like, you know what?
It kind of hit you, and you're
that
like,
was like right around when you were telling us about some conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It is around that. You're right. Never mind. Take that back.
Here's a little odd question for you guys. Toilet paper. Over or under?
You know, they had this on.
What are you talking about?
They had this on Oprah Winfrey, like, years ago. They had these things of all these things that people do that are like these idiosyncronicities that they have, and it's just like, okay, I prefer it this way. No, I want it this way. So, like, if you put your toilet paper on the roll, the flap, do you like it hanging over, or does you like it coming under?
I like it over.
See that?
Because you're pulling out. If you do it the other way, it's potential to get stuck. There's a risk, like...
Or it'll just keep rolling, and you can kind of catch it.
Something weird.
If it's rolling, catch it.
Yeah, if I walk in, if I'm dating a girl and I walk in and she has hers backwards...
Do you take it off of there, or you walk out?
You just know that
I walk out the house. I'm out of here. I don't trust you. I can't.
Your toilet paper's the wrong direction. And another one that they have is people putting on their shoes and socks. Do you put on sock, shoe, or do you put on sock, shoe? There's like these things that people have, like,
I'm looking
really,
crazy, but
man,
really particular about things.
Can't trust people.
Well,
you know, you put your shoe on and then
if you put a sock on and then your shoe on and then do that again to the other foot, you're a murderer. I'm convinced. That you're a psychopath.
You're a psychopath.
Like,
you put a sock and a shoe first. Because I think somebody had mentioned on, if you put your sock and shoe on first, in the event something happens, you have at least 1 foot. You can go run and hop out. In the event that you put on sock. I'm like,
Wouldn't you want two socks
but
at least?
People's logic is just, like, really strange. You know, what is their comfort zone? What they do, what they don't do. It's like, what do you guys do? I'm about to have to post that on the Rise and Shine.
You put on your pants or your shirt first?
Depends which one's ironed first. I'm playing. I like to put on my pants first and then throw my shirt on top to see how it looks. See how the pants look first.
Got to get that fit in. Well, I like to put the pants on first, I guess. I don't know. No, it doesn't matter to me. I don't really think about that, but it just depends.
You might not think about it, but you might have a...
Because if I have a shirt that I'm like, I really want to wear that shirt, I'll put the shirt on. And then I'll just try on a bunch of different pants or something, or bottom, because it could be a skirt, it could be shorts, it could be, whatever. But if I want to wear a certain pair of pants, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put these pants on and try to find something to match, something that goes with it.
Yeah. I think I've been there.
Been there.
Like, man, I've been dying to wear this shirt, man.
Like, I really want to wear this one today.
Time to break it out.
Oh my God, just make sure I take the price tag off. It's not going back.
All the stickers.
Hey, have you ever seen somebody just walking around with their price tag on?
Me.
Yes.
And it's not that they forgot. It's just that they're like, oh no, because I'm going to take it
back.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
Y'all want to wear it.
On purpose. I was like, I'm not returning this, but I will let you know this was a $82 shirt. That's not even a lot. I just stunt on people, but like my friends and stuff. I just like 82. That's a lot to him. It's a lot to him. To them.
Oh my God.
I'm like doing stuff.
Like, you you got a tag hanging from your pants. Oh yeah, you see that? $450.
Yeah. What does it say? Read that for me.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. What's the hashtag? Did you find that hashtag? So every day, I guess they have a different hashtag that people are promoting, or is the
top trending
hashtags?
On
Twitter. And shout out to Randy Heat Monster again, because hashtag Team Leo. Leo's in the house. Aww.
Aquarius is in the house. Aquarius is sit back and observe.
So some of the
yeah,
some of them
that.
today.
You do that. It's Leo's time to
Number
shine.
2 is hashtag things to avoid at a public pool.
Hashtag things to avoid at a public pool.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's child running around with a dirty diaper. And then they want to go let him get in the water. You're like, I'm done.
What?
I'm just saying
good
things
thing.
to
Have you
avoid
seen
at a
Corn dogs.
You see
I don't
little
know.
babies running around with a saggy diaper because their parents let them in the pool. You know, they had to have gone in that diaper though too.
This person says looking too suspicious in the change rooms.
Oh, hey, I had somebody walking on me in a changing room. I was so upset. This dude knew I was in the changing room and went in and opened the door. And I was like, you know, what you doing? You know I was here. It was the creepiest thing ever. And then his lady was in the store, like looking, you know, oh, it was just like, I went off. I was so upset. And that was a long time ago, but yeah, creepers. What you doing over here anyways?
I have no idea. That's a good one. I haven't been to a pool in a minute. Or a water park at that.
Somebody said this guy.
Oh, shoot.
And
Tidal wave.
It's a picture of a fat guy diving into a swimming
Tidal
pool.
wave. He did a straight belly flop. No.
The dude was actually beyond fat. He was a little bit.
I'm going to have to share something with you guys a little bit later on some other stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of interesting to...
Yeah, they're not too good today. Hashtag useless tips in a crisis.
Useless tips. Oh, I just recently found a video that I was actually... that I reposted. I thought it was pretty...
Be calm.
had good tips on like if
Taking out.
you ended up like if you say for example your car ended up flying into the water, however, heaven forbid, but like on some freak accident like Sanchez did, you know, instead of like flying into a field, you might be flying over the cliff or into some water, or maybe just going straight into the lake for whatever reason. When the car is starting to sink, your first 30 seconds is like your most crucial time, and do not think it's in your best interest to let the car sink and then you try to get out. No, you have to get out then and there, and like get everything you can. Get yourself, if you have other people, like get those windows down, get out, like in the first 30 seconds, because it's hard to open up the car doors underneath the water. And yeah, so yeah,
That used to be
that was a pretty useful tip.
That used to be what they taught you, right? To let the car sink all the way and then try to get the windows down.
Yes.
But now they figured out that that's not the best.
Right.
And they have like the things you can keep on your key.
Letting the car sink all the way. Whose advice?
So they used to say
used to
how
think
the water would level out, or something would level out, and it'd be easier to have the windows come down. But if you don't have the manual thing, I don't think it's not coming down regardless.
Like the zzz is not going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did show something like a shatterer.
Yeah, like a little shatter thing you hit on like the corner of your window or something like that.
And it just shattered it.
Yeah. It doesn't. Spark plugs do the same thing.
Yeah.
We used to throw those
Do
at
they?
windows back when I was a little kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that makes me want to do? And this is this mischievous side of me. It makes me want to go grab one and then go to pick and pull and just like start shattering windows just for the fun of it, because I want to see how it works. I mean,
You can
it's a
go to pick a
graveyard.
pool, grab a spark plug
It's a
out the car.
graveyard of vehicles. And I mean, you know, if a windshield might already be somewhat damaged anyways, I wonder if that little thing would work on that. I'm curious. Not that I want to go do that, because then to me it's like a waste of my time. But then, you know, if I have nothing else to do, maybe might find myself in the vehicle graveyard.
All right.
Marcellus is not full of you know, conversation today.
What? I thought
He's got stuff on his mind.
No,
Oh,
I was trying to
He's ready to move along.
No, listeners. I'm trying to be more organized, okay? This is my getting better day. I'm going to I rewatch the shows, and I'm going to reevaluate how I'm doing, and I'm just really trying to make sure I don't waste extra breaths on going on and little things like that. So I'm just filling it out today. So if I find
Do people not like your conversation?
No, not at all. More so me
Oh, okay. So
Trying to-
self-reflection,
yeah,
self-evaluation.
Trying to see, okay, maybe take
This
it
is good,
slow,
people. It's always good to
Marcellus.
self-evaluate.
Take it slow. Okay, do this, do that. So when I watch this time, I'll be like, oh, maybe that's too slow. You know,
Yeah.
it's too slow. Pick it up a little. See how, you know. I'm just trying to find my pace, I guess.
Get your balance.
Yeah.
Trying to have that deep voice like Alex. I was just trying to.
I'm trying to develop that as well.
Yeah, let me hear it again. You was practicing the other day.
Not really too worried about it.
Just do it when you first wake
Not
up.
really too.
You first wake up is the best.
No, Marcellus,
Yeah,
I think you're doing a great
You sound
job.
like somebody's
Either way,
daddy.
you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I don't need to be nobody's daddy no time soon, but thank you. By the way, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, you do you, and that's what brought you here.
That's right.
Correct.
But it's awesome to see
Bunch of-
like growing the professionalism. It's awesome to see that because you're just like, wow,
a bunch
you know?
of penis jokes brought me here.
Oh,
a bunch of like
okay.
a raw comedy brought me here. A bunch of raw comedy and hilarious stuff brought me here. I think they were at this one show that this lady interrupted me, and this is where the radio scouted me, Nicole and OJ. Like, I was at this one show at the Cactus, and this lady came in, and she was interrupting everybody's set. She tried to do mine, and I just went, blah, 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 blah. I called her Coretta DeVille from, because she looked exactly like her. And then I was like, and then she kept going, and I was like, where are the puppies? Bro, she had no chance. The lady was over with, and, like, I made four of my last minutes was on her. And when I got off stage, everybody was like, that was amazing. You killed her. That was so funny. Ha, 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 ha. Stuff like that. Yeah, they liked it. So
This whole thing, they loved it.
Had the crowd going wild.
yeah, that was like one.
They're like, you got her. She was getting on our nerves. Somebody had a roaster.
When that happened, that's when
Get
I
her.
got like a following from that place. Like, that's when Nicole and OJ hit me, and that's when they came to my show at the Ave. That's when a lot of people from that spot kept going back to come see it every Wednesday, and then that was a nice point in my comedy career. Because it was like something like, okay, stepping stone, kind of like this radio station, just a little stepping stone, kind of like today, getting better, improving. So I told Alex, he was like, man, we might have to do this upstairs just on our phones. I was like, let's do it. Ronnie's not here. That's fine. She talks anyways too much, way too much. I'm playing. I was like, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do fine. I'm
There's
playing.
some things I really want to say that I have something to say about, and I am being censored.
I don't think you should.
No, I'm about to say that's just how I feel. I ain't saying what the matter is. I know that I need to just keep a hush about it, but I just think some people, you know, sometimes are impractical, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, don't leave our listeners just sitting here guessing on what impracticalities you may or may not be thinking about. Don't tease them like that. You know, like how you gonna bring it up and not say
I
that?
can't be
you know
loud.
what? I'm
I
not
can't
gonna
be
lie.
loud, so I'm
I'm
about
not
to
even gonna say
calm myself
who because it's not even necessary. But there's my friends used to do that to me all the time. Like, just bring some. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna. Like, hey, I have something to tell you, and then. Oh, never mind. Like, how you gonna tell me
Like, get you
you
ready
had
for it, right?
something, but this ain't never mind. Now I know that
Like, I want to
something.
know. I want to know.
Like it just don't
You're like,
don't bring it up or say it. Either don't bring it up or say it. Like, I'm strong by that. Like, this is like a whole tease. Like, a
well,
whole
because you're
tease.
talking about how, like, you know, we might have to go upstairs, this and that. Yes, granted, but you know that is just, like I said, some situations are just impractical, and some standards that people set or some guidelines that people want to hold are just impractical for the situation.
Yeah, sometimes it is unfortunate, but you gotta roll with the flow, and you gotta go as it goes. Like, sometimes I don't have a stage to perform on, honestly, all the time, and a good, like, as a comic, stand-up comedian, some could be like, hey, if there's no stage, I'm not gonna do a show. But you have to do those shows with no stage.
Yeah, like
metaphorically,
if you're on the
you
floor.
have to do the radio shows with no all of this, you know. So when he was like, "You ready to go live?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Because with the equipment or without the equipment, with the stage or without the stage, I'm going to
You're
get
going
better.
on, yep.
Yeah, I'm going to improve.
That's why I was like, yeah, let's just do it. Like, we'll roll with the punches. Let's just go.
Yeah,
Because
go with the flow.
Yeah, it's not. We're not doing this just for us. We're doing it for our viewers, our listeners, the people who may want to tune in to catch a few things that they get in the morning, or they enjoy, seeing us and watching us and hanging out with us, even though they're hanging out on the other side of the screen or the computer. They get to still vibe out with us, and I think that's only fair and right that they get to like see us interact and like just have fun. They can call in, they can text and say hey and be part of our show with us. I think that's fun. Like, why not have fun in the morning? You're about to have a long day, probably drawn out, dragging with some boring BS.
We need a twerk off.
Yeah. I work with what I got. It ain't much.
Yeah, Renee, you'd be the only one twerking in here.
No, actually, there'd be probably a lot of females out there would be they would love to come in to show their twerking skills. Trust me, I've seen this. They're like, I will show you what I go left, I go right. I get my left cheek, I got my right cheek. I do boom, boom, 1, 2. And they just go at it.
You are dying for some reason.
That's ridiculous.
We'll go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, I have a question for you guys. I want to see if you can answer it. Or just how you feel about it. It is, let's see which one I want to give you. Do attractive people have easier lives?
No, that's a good question.
Well, and I will answer. I will help try to get that answered for you when we come back.
I think
Alex.
it depends on the confidence level of the person, but yeah, we'll come back with that.
Here at KXVS Broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios is the voice of Stockton.
What's up, everybody? This is your morning KXVS morning show crew. This is your girl Ronnie here with Marcellus Flores and Alex. We are just kind of having a little back conversation about some stuff. As far as I was talking about the laboratory, you know, when you're collecting specimens.
No, I don't.
So I was just telling them how, like, you know, specimens come into the laboratory, and you know when this is the thing now.
It's real. It's happening.
We're going into
this. Okay.
Yeah. Specimens come into the laboratory, so I'm just saying, like, you know, when you're going in for a urine culture, you got to give a urine specimen, and it's for a culture for whatever reason. Okay, it's not for whatever reason. They're ordering a culture. They're making sure that you don't have an infection from the inside of whatever that case may be. So they give you these little towelettes. They give you these little wipies. You got to use those wipies. And even men have to use those wipies. They have to, like, clean off the head of themselves. Mm-hmm. And then the females, you know, they have to clean in and around, you know, their labia and stuff to make sure, like, there isn't any other, organism, contaminant that will come into the urine. So they do this whole clean catch thing where you urinate a little bit in the toilet, and then you got to go, you know, catch it in the cup, and then you stop, and then you let it go in the toilet again. I get the funniest things, you know, see coming through the laboratory where people, they send back the specimen. You got the towelette with it.
What?
Or yeah,
God.
They put it like inside the ring. Like, really, people, really. But that just goes to show on, like, did you get proper instructions? So, you know, sometimes people don't even get proper instructions.
Did you give them proper instructions?
I make sure my staff give them proper instructions. My staff should be giving them proper instructions when they give them the cup and the towelette. Sometimes they just don't know what they're looking for, or they don't know why they're collecting a specimen a certain way because it's the doctor's orders. But, you know, there's certain ways to collect things, and, you know, that being one of them. And it's just funny, the things that you get back, they'll come back in, like, some kind of, like, a mason jar or something, or, you know, they don't collect it in the sterile cup that they were given.
Gross.
If it's a 24-hour urine, they're not collecting it properly. It's like an improper collection, and it's just one of those things where if you guys don't want to delay your lab test results for things like that, you know, if you're supposed to be fasting, fast. You know, if you're
okay, we get it. We get it.
Cracks me up.
It's a rough life in the lab.
I'm telling you, it's a rough life in the lab. Oh my gosh, you guys. What are you doing?
With Renee's life. Alex, did you have some questions for us you want to ask?
Yeah, I had left off with a question of, do attractive people have easier lives? I want to see.
Do attractive people have easier lives?
I don't know. I think they have a lot of drama.
I don't know. You know, we're really good over here. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Actually, you know, I think they might. I think somebody might choose a more attractive person over a less attractive person if, you know, say maybe qualifications are the same and they're going for, like, a job interview. Maybe they want somebody who's more attractive. I don't know. Maybe not.
It's not about how attractive you are. It's about charisma.
It is charisma. You're right. And that's what it is. It's about the charisma.
How do you
And maybe more attractive people have better charisma. Who knows? But then there's a lot of people who aren't so attractive to have great charisma, though, too.
Right. I think to better your life or better your status, if we're just looking at attractiveness versus unattractiveness, that matters more than your charisma in today's time. I would
being
think in
vain,
anything,
the vanity of it all.
especially like if you live in Hollywood and you're
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's
because you got to be a beautiful person
right,
in order to go anywhere.
And then that branches out to, like, if you own a gym and you want people that work at your gym, you're not going to get unattractive people to be there. So I think there's a lot of advantages.
Well, Planet Fitness will.
They have people in there working out while they eat.
Anybody who wants a gym membership should be able to have one anywhere they want to go.
Of a guy on the leg press, and he had a plate of chicken.
A plate of chicken.
Yes, I don't know where this Planet.
Oh, you know what? Planet Fitness, they do.
Working out?
They do give you food. They feed you pizza, bagels, every other
Planet Fitness.
Yes, every other for every first Monday they'll have pizza day, and it's like all you can eat pizza.
Wait. Isn't that counteractive? Like you're a fitness place,
Yeah,
and they have candy on the counters.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's already a no-go for me. I'm like, you know what? Planet Fitness is out. You guys don't even give the nutrition that you need when you're trying to
No, we don't. But you know what? We give it an open environment for people who who are maybe self-conscious about their bodies to be able
let's
to
just
work
put
out.
the fat back on them.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, so they got
you
a
work
little
out,
marketing niche.
Here's
So
a little
what?
pizza, so you don't cancel your membership.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to come back. Here, have another slice.
There's like a
Have
noise.
another slice. Look at her face.
A noise ordinance.
Slice.
I know.
At the
crunching,
Planet
and then somebody's eating with their mouths open, and then they got grease and crumbs all over their
That's
face,
the way
and then
to do
they're
it.
touching the equipment.
And you breathing while you're working out.
That's
Some
the
of
way
that
to do
stuff
it.
can get in your mouth.
And then they're touching the equipment.
I always
with all
like
them
to work
greasy
on my
fingers.
abs on pizza day.
That's disgusting.
Or everybody's eating pizza. You just,
Why is he on a leg press with this food
Yeah,
over
I'm
there?
just
I mean,
saying
do
my
they got an
abs,
eating
and then
area?
I finish it
Let's
off
keep
with,
the food in a certain area. Don't
slices.
take it to the equipment. That's no. That's
They
not
got
right.
bagels. Oh, oh man.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna see what they're up to today because I don't need to work out, but I'm hungry.
they got that poke salad place over there.
Oh, somebody was telling me about that place.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, somebody actually was telling me. You guys were telling me about that.
Shout outs to Rob.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tasty.
We're gonna have to check that out because I like Trader Joe's salads. They have some pretty cool salads in their fridge section, like the five. This is like a 5-star Asian salad.
Mm-hmm.
They have a broccoli and kale salad, which I think is really good. Chicken and kale.
So back to the question: is it attractive people have better lives?
I would say when you're just looking at upward mobility, depending on what your job is, it can be. But for happiness, I don't think it needs to be.
So no.
Not for happiness. Unless people are really that vain that they need to be beautiful in order to be happy.
Okay, how about this? Do you think they get treated better? So if you would walk up to an
Of
ugly
course they
person
do.
better than... Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, that already, you have a little bit easier of a life.
Yeah.
They say
that's true.
they say like me being a stand-up comic, right? When you get on stage, you're judged. That first moment you walk on stage, you are judged.
Mm-hmm.
When people do that to me, they see the little, you know what I'm saying? It's a likable view. Some people have a likable look to them already. I use that to my advantage, knowing that. But then you have some comics who are maybe fat and big and ugly. I'm not saying that there are or any. Yeah, there are. I'm not going to lie. They're fat, big, and ugly, and they go up there, and they're already in the hole because these guys are like, we don't like you. What are you going to say? You know, mentally. So that being said already, that sets comics on a different level just by walking up on the stage. You know, you see, I know that I have an advantage over some bigger, maybe awkward looking comics, awkward looking a lot. But as a comic, we have to play on to that, you know, joke about it or do this or do that. Everybody has different standards. But that just being said already, me knowing that makes me agree, yes, that good-looking people have it easier.
All right. Well, here's a article to back up your claim to this, that it's true.
Okay.
8 scientifically proven reasons life is better if you're beautiful.
Who said that?
8 scientific reasons.
This is by an article from Business Insider. 8 scientifically proven reasons life is better if you're beautiful. It's an article written by Dinah Spector. So, the number 1, beautiful people are viewed as healthier. Facial symmetry is considered the beacon of beauty, can be perceived as a sign of health, even if not related to actual health. Beautiful people are actually healthier. Although the link between facial symmetry and real health is weak, there is some evidence that individuals with more distinct facial features considered less attractive are more susceptible to disease, parasites, and other illnesses.
So almost like an off-top, like, I don't want to say disfiguring or anything, but not disability. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a genetic, you know, alteration of, their genes or whatever.
I have no idea.
Think about it. Think of the word as genetic. Okay, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Okay. Number 3, it's easier for beautiful people to find mates. Hello, mate. I've been called an all right Shayla.
I thought that was funny. Yeah, mate. It shall be easy for a beautiful person to find a mate, but you don't want to find the wrong type of mate. You don't want to be a ratchet mate.
It was easier for beautiful people to find mates.
Okay.
A genetic defect. That's what I was looking for.
A genetic defect.
That's what I was looking to say.
That's what you're saying. That's what people are?
No, where you were saying where it shows like as far as being beautiful, or like other people might be more susceptible to certain things, but like maybe it's just like a genetic defect that causes them to end up with those kind of defects of sorts.
University of New Mexico research found for number 4, the beautiful people are more intelligent. General intelligence is positively linked to body symmetry. A characteristic that is indicative of attractive qualities like health, social dominance, and fitness-related biological traits. Number 5, beautiful people are more persuasive.
That's true.
Good-looking people can use their sex appeal to command attention and get ahead, say in a job interview or when asking for a promotion.
Yeah, I'm gonna promote Holly, not Molly. I'm playing.
Number 6, companies with good-looking executives have higher sales. It's kind of what you were saying a minute ago, Marcellus. Number 7, beautiful people have an advantage in politics. I think that's the same kind of thinking with the companies with good-looking execs have higher sales. If the person that's representing you or your company is attractive to most people, people tend to believe what they say, pay attention a little bit more, things of that nature. Number 8, and last but not least, beautiful people are perceived as more likable and trustworthy.
Maybe that's where a lot of those sociopaths get over on people. If they're good-looking, narcissistic sociopaths. And they use it to their advantage, and they're like, yo, I got this.
If you read some of the old documents on some of the past serial killers, that is what some of them have used, like Bundy. Forgot his first name.
Was he good looking?
Yeah, he was attractive. He got a lot of women just off of help
in football.
No, it's forgot his first name, but he was
Ted.
Yeah, Ted Bundy. Yep.
The bomber? No. Ted
No.
Bundy.
They made
that
a
name
movie.
Sounds familiar.
They made a movie.
He was snatching women in a van.
Oh, okay.
And he had acted. One of them, he acted like he had a broken arm, and he had to get something out of the van. The girl goes in, pushes her in. Yada yada. In a study done by Harvard University, researchers found that wearing makeup, shown to enhance a woman's attractiveness, boosted people's perception of that subject's competence, likability, and trustworthiness. So, you can be a dummy, but if you look good,
you just put some makeup on.
People think you're smart.
That's where they open their mouth and you're just like, ooh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You're like, yo.
Have we all been
like,
there?
yo, you were so beautiful. I'm going to talk to you. Like, what comes out of your mouth, you're like, whoa.
There's a lot of pretty dumb girls out here, man.
Pretty dumb girls. That is true.
Because they feel like they don't have to do nothing.
There's a lot of There's a lot of good-looking dumb dudes out there too. You're just like, man, talk to, strike a conversation, and you're just like, yeah, okay.
You're like,
good talking with you.
Know what?
Have a good day.
I think we could work out, but not work out in the long run.
No.
Temporarily work out.
I gotta have good conversation in my life, and if y'all can't have a conversation with me,
you was just talking about the snuggle buddy thing.
Yeah, but that I also like to have conversation.
Oh yeah, you're right. And it makes it even.
Yeah, because then
See me, I'll just be quiet.
Stimulate the mind,
You guys fall fast?
What do you mean?
You like somebody?
I kind of do. I think that's why I
If
don't get in a relationship right away. Cause
I don't know.
Because I it's like, to me, it's like all or none.
Right. So you don't.
So I don't engage.
People say
gonna be like, oh, just a little bit. You know, don't give them everything. Don't do that. Like, that's not me. Like, it's all or none, because like I just can only be me. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna pretend to be like half a person.
Here.
Yeah, like this is like who I am.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna take it slow as possible, because you know what I'm saying.
But what do you mean slow?
So when it stops, so when if at a point it needs to stop or something, it's like, okay, we're just here.
Meaning, like,
good thing we didn't get all the way here, you know.
Like what is like
like
all the way
going
information.
Slow. Okay, look, this is how I take it slow.
Besides sex, and eliminate all that, because you're just talking off top, like getting to know like the person.
Of course, no. There's levels to it. There's like there's like kicking it, kicking like friend kicking it. Then there's like
getting
after
to know
that,
them,
getting to know them, kicking it. Then there's getting to know them a little bit more. This is my level. It's getting to know them a little bit more, kicking it. So it's like, okay. And then once you get to know them a little bit more, and you like, okay, I kind of like them. Then you let them know. Now it's on the table. Like, I'm kind of feeling you, or whatever. Now y'all are kicking it and knowing that y'all are feeling each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's like, and then from there, now that y'all know y'all feeling each other, now y'all giving each other looks like, what's up? So now y'all kicking it, then that kicking it turns into kicking it, and then boom, and then now it's going full.
Notice how kick it's all have a different connotation.
Right. No.
Just like using
and then there's one more kick it and then the last kick it would be to be like, hey, we're dating. Like, I don't want to see you with no. You know what I'm saying? The other kick it's are kind of like, we're just kind of doing this. We're just doing this. But the last click is official. But you don't want to get to the second.
Was that all capitals? Like, you don't want all capital kick. Oh, okay, I see.
You don't want to get into. You do not want to get into that second to last one and end up
then
not
find out that they're crazy
or something, and then end up just being awkward, or it just being like feelings are involved now. You know what I'm saying?
And then you're like, dang it, I'm just wasting my time.
I had a girl tell me one time that she felt like a used car.
Oh my God.
Because I was
felt like used car.
I was testing her out. Like, she wanted to be together. Like, she actually wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, but off top?
After like a couple months of just like knowing each other.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't roll like that.
Yeah.
I got to know you. I got to find out if you're a crackhead. Crackheads can hide it for 6 months.
You know what? They can hide it a lot longer than that.
See? And
I told somebody, I was like, I need to know somebody for at least 4 seasons, because I need to know how you are in the winter, how you are in the summer, how you are in the fall, and in the spring. Because come next year, if I see this kind of energy comes around, like when the spring comes, then you just like a little flighty and all over the place, and you're just wandering, and things are what they are. I'm like, if it works for me, it works for me, and if it don't, it don't. So
you know what? I'm gonna rephrase my statement, because I'm getting some comments. Somebody said that's too much kicking it. Gonna find yourself in the friend zone. It's real, but look, I'm talking about with a girl that I'm really feeling like I'm gonna kick it with you, like, to make sure everything's right, so nothing goes wrong. I'm gonna take that one slow. But
who said that?
if it's just if I'm turning up and I'm at the bar or something, we could kick it that night. Like, we straight up, we could kick it right then there.
That's kick it all lowercase letters. We just kick it.
That's the lowercase level. You know what I'm saying? Kick it. And then I got friends, you know what I'm saying, where we just kick it. But as far as that girl that you want, like, you're gonna take it slow. Or honestly, I don't know. I'm out here kicking it for real. F it.
I gotta find time to kick it. Shit. Oh, I said that. I'm so
sorry. You are too much, dude. Look, she's really frustrated over here about the amount that she kicks it.
Amount that I don't.
The amount that she's not kicking it. Like it up.
Dang it. I do it to myself. Ooh, I'm blushing because that was a slip. I'm not supposed to say that. That's fine. I mean, I don't really got much time for that, and I let it be known. Like, I don't got too much time.
Do you not have enough time, or you don't?
I don't make time. I don't make time because
it's not that important to you.
No, it is important to me. It's just on the approach on how it happens now. I really, really would like to see somebody else put forth the effort to say how, in a good energy, to get to know who I am. not, me saying that, oh, I'm available for you to like, get to know, like, okay, well, I am, but if I am available.
You're being really confusing right now.
It's just a matter of, like, I guess how the approach comes.
Let the world know.
It's a matter on how the approach comes, and right now
it's all about the approach.
Yeah, it's all about the approach right now. And
tired of being the guy?
No, not that I'm tired of being the guy. It's
Are you? What?
I gotta feel comfortable enough, like, to be able to just like let people into my inner world. Like, I don't think people need to know me. There's like thousands of people out there, hundreds of thousands, billions, millions of people out there. I don't need to know everybody. Not everybody needs to know who I am, and especially in my intimate world and like my inner thoughts and what my inner dreams and visions and whatnot are. And it's like I need them or want them to be a part of it, and or if they're doing that with me in a sense. What?
my people are going crazy. Everybody's so interested. We start getting into Ronnie's Kick It life, and it's just
I don't have one.
It's
but
just views. It's just views. Like,
I don't have a Kick It life, but I have I do have to make I do have to say, like, I will schedule time if somebody will make time for me. I will make time for them.
You hear that, fellas?
As long as it's within my frame, and I'm like, and they don't forget that. Like, once they forget like twice, 3 times over about what my availability is, obviously it didn't matter to them.
So once it starts becoming an issue for them, they should have already known.
Yeah, but like, obviously you're not going to fit in my world because you're not understanding what my schedule is. So it's like one of those things. And yeah, I even got to plan spontaneity type things.
What about their life?
What about their life? As long as they share it with me and let me know what their schedule is, and like I said, if our schedules can sync up,
then it's all good.
And it works.
At the end of the day, it's all about
communication. There's no stress. Like, it works. We can link up.
Like,
we got time.
If you can't get down with what I'm doing and when I want to do it,
and respect that.
Then
that's crazy.
And respect that is like the key. It's like you got to respect that. Like, I respect you and your time and your schedule. Well, like, say you're overseas for like 5 months or whatever the case may be, and like when you come back, you want to kick it with me. And you make time to do that, I'm down. Like, I have no qualms with it. As long as it works with my schedule, too. If you respect my time, I respect your time.
Rob says, I ain't got a job. Kick it.
Oh, well, that's... No, sorry.
It's a whole different thing. Whole different conversation.
That's a whole different thing,
I don't think you came correct on that one.
You told the truth. You got the truth back.
Hey.
The honesty.
As long as you're employable. No, I'm joking. and you're actively looking...
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm a hardworking woman. Yeah, I ain't paying for everybody. I pay for enough stuff to be paying for all kinds of things extra.
Yeah, so as long as you got a job, you come correct. You're you're good looking. I'm not gonna do my girl Ronnie like that. You gotta be good looking, handsome. What you want? You like tall guys or medium or medium size? 5'8",
tall,
9.
I don't know.
5'9" and above.
It don't matter really. I mean,
we're taking applications here at KXVS.
Does military service matter?
Is that a plus?
I think I'm a little biased.
Of course you are.
On some notes, on some notes, it matters, but then there's a lot of people in the military that, you just
couldn't do it with.
Back up, like back all the way up. As a matter of fact, do a 180 and don't ever see me again. Like, kind of thing. Because it's just like, I already know your character. I see how you are. I see what you do. I observe a lot of people, and I watch, and like you can tell, like, if somebody has military experience or they have come from a military backing, and you can see the respect. You can see that they, how they carry themselves. They have goals. They go for them. They situate their life and they make it work. Versus those who just kind of utilize it to have a one that, I'm this, I that, I that, and then you're still running and playing the games and like wreaking havoc in people's lives. Like, just because you're in the military doesn't mean you're all that in a bag of chips kind of thing. Because it is a matter of the character of the man. Of your character, who you are, what you stand for, what you're about, how you come, how you live your life, how you respect yourself and the world around you, what you let into your life. That matters to me.
Respect.
Mm-hmm. Because I can get a little crazy.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
I can get a little. Every woman can get crazy, you know. Just don't bring out the crazy. I won't bring out the crazy if we can have a good communication, and I understand what the situation is. I'll contain it. I'm like, okay, give me a minute.
Oh man, it's all coming out right there in the hand.
It's
coming out in the hand right there.
Yeah, I let the hand talk.
Talking about she want to kick it and don't want to get crazy, but every time you kick it, it just makes them crazy.
That's a little different crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
A different kind of crazy.
Emotional crazy, like from love, is
what is that?
Make everybody psycho. How about you, Marcel? See, I was thinking, you being a comedian.
Yeah.
Do you need somebody that's funny?
No, I mean it's a turn on. Like I get
that can make you laugh.
I get super turned on when somebody's like funny and it's a female, even if they're not cute. Like if you're funny, it's like, oh,
she's
wow.
cute.
Yeah, she's cute.
Because it's in her personality.
She's cute.
Like she can make you laugh.
Yeah, like she's cute. She's funny. Like, yeah. That's a turn on. Other than that, I'm real conservative when it comes to females. At the point, I don't like good looking dumb girls.
But how do you know they're dumb until you I
could talk to them in one conversation. I could have one conversation with you, especially if you're a young lady, just by knowing what you're up to. What do you do?
Do you judge them just by what they're dressed, how they're dressed? Like, do you do one little like glance over and be like, yeah, no.
Like that's cute. I do. That's cute. Like that's cute. But if you're dressing like a certain way, I could tell. Like you probably get around. You probably. This or that, like how you present yourself. It's all about how you present yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
How you come off.
Right.
How you flirt. If everything's too strong, like I know this is just a fling.
Yeah.
Probably won't. You know what I'm saying? What's
like
that Bryson Tiller song? This isn't gonna work. Oh, I know it's not gonna work out. Oh, whatever.
I can hear it in my head, but I don't know the name of this song.
Anyways. Like, I know we're probably not going to work out. Something like that. Like, if a girl wants to kick it with you, who am I to say no? I only have so much power, willpower. But at the same time, I could differentiate a girl who's worth, like, kicking it with all the time and a girl who's just a kick it,
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do.
What about you,
I'm not
Alex?
breaking hearts out here, though. That's for sure.
You're not?
No, I don't.
Not even unintentionally?
No. I every kick it session has a conversation. We have contracts. All that.
This is the third time we've hung out. So when I
look, this is what this is. This is what's going on. This is like we know it before it's kicking. And so after we kick it, there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to. Yeah, you know what this is. You know what this is.
You ain't calling me tomorrow I'm confused about what's going on.
I'm not gonna say like I love you this. I'm not gonna feed you lies. That's what I'm not gonna do. But if you want to kick it, I could schedule you an appointment.
We'll schedule a time to kick it.
I'm not trying to act cocky. I'm not even kicking it often like Renee.
Oh, like me?
No, not like you. Probably not like you, but I'm not kicking it off. I'm not. Dang, are we just awesome? We are just terrible right now at this station. Alex, you better redeem us, man. What's been going on with you, bro? You been kicking it? Please say you've been kicking it. If not, just lie.
I've been kicking it, man.
Just lie. Oh, thank you.
I've been doing what a grown man needs to do.
There you go.
Thank you. Hold on, let's put the camera on you. This is what the This is what the kicker looks like.
Yes, making soap.
You got to have different days for different types of women.
Oh, so, snap.
Different days for different types of what?
On Mondays, when you need to be recharged, you need that intelligent woman to put the information in your life into your soul. I can't. I don't have any more. I'm lying.
That was deep.
Like wake up and get through the day.
That was deep.
Baby, give me something. And that's another thing. I do not like to be called baby. I do not like people to call me.
You don't like pet names?
I don't like people to call me baby. Don't call me baby. Don't call me babe. Don't, because it is so common and everybody and their mama uses it. That's not my name.
Know what I say?
That is not my name.
I'd be like booty. I'd be like, get over here, booty.
No, that is not my name. She must got a
be
fat.
Like booty. Like what, booty? No, it's just a little nickname.
Oh man, I come off so unemotional. Like
who?
You know, you mentioned that
So
you were doing your grown man thing. It reminded me of a song called "Grown Man Bi," and that's by ELS out of the area out of here, and it's actually one of my favorite songs. "Grown Man Bi." So I have to share that with you when we step out. By ELS.
I have to remind myself to give compliments. Because
to yourself or to others?
No, to other people. Because I'm so sarcastic that there's no balance.
What?
There's no balance. Like, you always say this stuff, you don't tell me other nice things. And I can go countless relationships that I've had that. And that's struggle. When I tell them, there's compliments in my sarcasm. You just got to figure it out.
How many?
You had to appreciate.
Yeah.
I have a question.
And appreciate.
Question from a young fella like myself. How many relationships have you all been in, counting, you think, serious ones, that you've actually tried and put effort into? Ronnie, not many, huh? I feel like you'll be quick.
Yeah, I'd say about like
Oh, snap.
about 3 or 4 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, the same number for me. I mean, because
about 3 or 4 that I really serious.
3 or 4, so. and same for you as well?
Yeah, same for me. Because the serious ones were just longer. So, I mean, not dating nobody in that time frame, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually do well with like a longer, like a good like relationship, because then it's like, I'm like, I feel like I'm in a safe zone. Like once I'm with somebody, like I feel like I'm in a safe zone to be as wild as I want to be. Like no holds barred. Like seriously, I get really excited because like this person like knows me and knows that I like to get wild. I can be wild. I can just like, and then I have somebody I can go back to and be like, okay, I'm good. Like I don't have to worry about it. And I like, I have somebody's arm that I can like hold at the end of the day and just walk away. And I'm fine.
Wild Ronnie.
Wild Ronnie, yes. Hey, there's every day we had birthdays. I know we did horoscopes earlier, but I want to do a shout out to a couple people for birthdays. Okay. So a friend of mine, Chris Garcia. So shout out to you, Chris. It's your birthday. He turned 40 years old today, and I hope you don't mind me saying that. I have a friend that I have, Dylan Yu out of Tacoma, Washington. I know, right? I was about to try to give it. I was like, no, I can't do it. Okay, so Dylan Yu, he's turning 26. He's out in Tacoma. Jacob Calden, he's a battle buddy of mine. I was in the military with him. He's turning 29 today. So happy birthday to all of you guys out there. And I think Jacob's out in St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. So I just want to say happy birthday to all you guys because it popped up for me. And I'm enjoying the live feed. I'm gonna have to go back and read all of the comments that they got going on. So, but yeah, with that, you guys celebrating. Have a great day. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick little break, and then we'll be right back.
All right,
it's KXVS Morning Show crew.
And that being said, we are going to break. Bow, 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 bow. I tried to make a.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel over a mile, carrying
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Renee. It's your morning show, Rise and Shine 209. We're here with Marcellus and Alex here on your morning show crew.
And
so we were talking about relationships anyways.
Again.
Yeah.
We're just all into relationships today.
Well, no, it just carried on. It just carried on. And then it just made me think about, certain things. But yeah, that was a great conversation. Yeah. I enjoyed that.
So I have another to pose for you. A break from the relationships, although we might go back to it if we have time. If not, I'll throw up the question on our Facebook page. Maybe we'll get some comments from the listeners and we can read them tomorrow. But here we go. Speaking of... we were talking about social media. We were talking about just this modern times. How long can you guys go without your phone?
Well, let this connect real quick, and I'll be able to answer that for you.
I mean, because I come from, I'm not going to give my age, but I come from the time where there was one phone in the house. It didn't leave with you. And you were good with that. You could function every day. You didn't run back and sit at home waiting for that phone call. So nowadays, you'll go all the way back home to grab your cell phone, just so you can. Yeah. Man, I got to see what that Facebook is cracking. I got to see what messages I've missed.
Man, I get mad at myself if I accidentally, and it's not that accidentally. It's just it's like habit. I'll have my phone and it's just like Facebook like that.
I'll probably go back for that. By the way, viewers, we're talking about what would you do without your phone? Now, how could you live without it?
I don't know if you guys could function without your phone.
Who, me? Dude, you don't even know me.
I do a lot of business on my phone.
This is all.
Look,
I'm all guessing right now.
I was. There's been points like I'm just now getting into all of this, trying to stay alive, and I'm barely staying afloat on social media. How some people do it actively, Yeah. So me, like, I'm so social media lazy. Like, I will purposely have no phone for a while just to get away from all of that. Like, and just have one of the phones I get off the corner and stuff. I did do that for a while. I just wasn't on anything. But yeah, that's me. But being a comic, I can't do that because I can't do that to myself.
Right. Like now you have an obligation to be.
Yeah, obligated to be on social media. But
wow.
Besides the point, dude, I want to be like live in the forest. If I wasn't a comedian,
off the grid? What do you guys think about the tiny homes?
I like those.
Yeah, those are cool.
I am big on the tiny homes.
There's cool. I also want to live in a mansion eventually in my life as well. That's a goal. But
have a tiny home in the mansion.
Yeah, I like the tiny homes too. They're kind of cute. They're quaint. They're quaint. That'd be like a little studio or a little woe man cave for me in my little space. Yeah,
woe man.
It's my woe man cave. All these got men. The man got caves.
I've always said, give me 2-3 acres in the tiny home. I'm good. In the forest.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and then build my own fire, fish, catch my own food.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I want. Yeah. Like that. When I get big, I'm gonna take like month trips. Like, I don't know when, but I know I'm gonna take a month off of whatever the heck I'm doing. And
you know what we should do? Since we're all talking about this and down, they have a 3-stage hiking trip. Where it's horseback.
Nice.
Just regular hiking on foot, and then white water rafting.
White water rafting.
It's a 3-stage.
Are you saying you want to do that?
3 days. Yeah.
Are you saying you would like to do that?
Yeah.
Are you able to with that leg?
No.
What?
But I have something called pain pills.
There you go.
And I
and push through in your brace.
Right. That's what I normally. If I have to do something, I'll just eat a bunch of pain pills.
Push through for the experience. Be like, but I bet you will get some great photography, some great photos out of that though. Like being able to push through that pain to get to like that beautiful spot, and you're just like, wow,
if I come back and I got one leg, then I got some good pictures.
There you go.
That's what it's about, right?
It's about being creative, getting your stuff that you want. Yeah. So what was that question again?
Well, that was just the phones. How long?
How long I could go without a phone? Yeah.
Yeah, I could go about.
I guess the military taught me that I really can go without my phone.
Yeah, you guys aren't really good people to ask. You've dealt with not having everything probably that you wanted, and you're kind of like I said, you're an old soul, so you could probably not deal with it.
Yeah, dude. I honestly get scared because I feel like I'm gonna be one. Like when I get older, I'm gonna be so. Like I said, I'm not tech savvy, but I'm already like not liking technology and stuff right now. So what happens when I get older? I'm gonna be like, just old man.
Just by you living in this time, you'll be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up in the first computers, and we all can still kind of.
So you can navigate through what's out there.
I have to.
We adapt and overcome.
And if not, I have to learn
the changes. Yeah. And it's only gonna get quicker. It's only gonna get
probably easier. So I'm not even tripping. Probably be more easier.
Because they got the Google glasses. You can watch.
Oh man, I just see so many headaches in the future.
For sure. Talking about being off the grid because we're in the grid, under the grid, and all these electromagnetic waves just interfering with our own personal energies. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is 9:32. What's today? Say Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
The
25th.
That's 72 degrees outside. 92 high today, low 64. Like we stated earlier, traffic here in Stockton is pretty clear right now. The 99 and I-5 are all clear to go. A little slow and go on March Lane, headed to I-5. There's some stop traffic over on West Flora between Lincoln and San Joaquin Street. A little slow and go on Weber. And that's about it. Traffic and weather updated right now.
Sweet.
By Hair Grease. Some of us need it, some of us don't.
Also by MF Comedy, Laughs on the Ave, coming at you on May 21st. Oh, sorry.
Boom, next year, 2018.
Messing up. Coming at you September 21st.
There we go.
We're going to be in the building, y'all. We're going to put it down. This is, I watched my film from the last show, and I'm coming with a whole new energy. I'm changing right around the stage, and I'm coming a better comic, straight up.
Nice. So Laughs on the Ave, guys. Get ready for it. Come September.
This Wednesday at the Cactus Bar is also canceled, to let y'all know that. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday I will be hosting the Cactus show. I will be hosting. So catch me all throughout that night hosting the Cactus Bar, and it's going to be a good show.
Nice. Sounds good.
All right. Well, we got a few minutes left. About 15 of them.
You got any more questions for us? Those were...
One more question?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple.
Before we get out here, Alice is going to ask us some questions, and we're just going to get real personal, especially around Renee, because she's been opening up.
It's hard for me to get personal. You guys know that.
It's not, okay. It's not too deep for you, Renee, but it'll give people a little more insight to who we are a little bit.
To who you are. Yeah.
Where'd it go? My glasses are foggy. What is something that you can't live without?
Family.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Really? That's a good answer.
Family.
I don't know. I got to think about that.
That's the first thing I thought about, people.
Something I cannot live
My family.
without.
I could not. Like, if all of them passed right now, I'd be hurt. I'd be over with.
They got deep.
Too deep. Too
That's
deep.
the truth, though, right there.
It really did. They got deep on us real quick.
I'd be like,
And you?
Oh, me? I guess family.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it before I asked that question.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like,
that's
my
really not
coffee, my coffee,
my glasses.
No.
It's really not a simple question.
I couldn't live without my glasses.
Because you think about it, it's really not a simple question because you're thinking about living your rest of your life without this thing or person or people or place or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
My sleep machine, because I'd probably die. I got sleep apnea. So if I don't
do you
use
really?
It, yeah.
Like like it's just at night, like next to your bed, like making all this noise.
Actually, I have an updated one.
Oh, nice.
It's more quiet.
But it still makes noise.
It's like
no, actually, that doesn't make noise. But what you would hear is the air coming out of the mask.
Do you have to sleep with the mask on?
Yeah. It's not sexy.
So your girl.
I was gonna say, hey.
Your girl couldn't just roll over and just kiss you awake. No. I gotta take your mask off real quick.
Darth Vader, wake up.
Yeah, I mean, some funny things have happened, but
I can imagine.
It's not sexy. Like, here, keep it on so you can keep breathing. Right? When I get on top of you.
Yeah.
I mean, but
it's
just
be careful. Just be careful.
Yeah, me getting into the bed is
the girl could just kill you in your sleep.
You're like, dang, just give me a chair.
Take my glasses and take my mask off. I'm done.
Just give me a chair. I'll sleep in the chair tonight. I'll sleep sitting up. As a matter of fact, I don't want to lay down.
I mean, that's funny. My cousin was telling me about his buddy who was complaining about this chick that he's been seeing, and he says that she's like 5'2", like 120.
Okay.
But sounds like a 480 grown man.
What?
That's hilarious.
Sounds like a.
Yes.
She's like.
Yes. He says he's had to tell her, and this is the thing, actually, he had to tell her to stop snoring.
While she's awake?
Well,
a little piggy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Little piggy. Yeah, I do.
You can't turn it off. There's no button on your body to be like, all right, I don't feel like snoring today. I'm gonna hit that button.
Right.
We'll be good. Right. There's none of that. So telling somebody, oh, you snore so loud, you got to do something about it. Well, either I don't come over, or you deal with it. That's just the nature of it.
Pretty
but
much.
I think this girl has sleep apnea. You can't be that little
right and sound
loud.
like that, and like if you're having trouble
breathing.
Yeah. She probably never got checked out or something.
Probably not. The only reason I got checked out was because I used to ride the train when I worked in Livermore with my buddy, and this guy had both 2-car trains. Well, because his snoring is so loud.
Oh,
I mean, that's how
what
he was bad. But I sound like that.
Oh,
and he's a little overweight. I'm usually not, so I'm like
what's going on?
Yeah. So I get checked, and I'm like moderate to high.
Okay.
Oh man, watch me have some too, because I'll be like,
yeah, if she's snoring like that and she's 5'2", 120, that you might want to get checked out.
You might want to get checked out.
You might not want to go stay at people's house.
Oh man, you gonna let me for me, girl?
Yeah, I don't. That's one thing I don't do. I don't. I haven't.
That's a ridiculous reason to.
You gotta bring your machine and everything with you.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, put it in like a suitcase.
Yeah, it comes with a bag.
Yeah.
That sucks for me because I be knocking out some place like after a night of drinks. I just be knocking out
like
if I can't drive, I'm like, I stay here, on the kitchen counter. Okay.
Yeah, you just on there with the mask on, right? Plugged into the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah, like that's the only space I could find.
Right here.
So on trips, I got like 3 bags. Yeah, I got bags I'm taking and my CPAP bag.
Yep. Mhm.
It's good though. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got everything you need and you know how to take care of it. Straight. Okay, so what's the next question?
Next question. Is it okay to pee in the shower?
Definitely.
Gosh.
Definitely fine.
It's a dude answer.
I mean, I don't.
Girls do it too.
It's actually sick.
Yeah, girls do it too.
But
they do?
Yes, I learned that being in the military, that females peed in the shower because they had a session of like having to tell people not to pee in the shower, and if you do, like, because it turns the bottom of the shower black, and like how to clean and scrub it. And I sat there, I was like I was just in awe, like, really? Like, people are just like, they just do it and like don't clean, or like, it's like.
See, that's why I thought. See, that's exactly why I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was nasty all the way up until the point where like it kept being a reoccurring joke everywhere I go in comedy.
Pee in the shower?
Yeah, the people, and everybody's agreeing with this. I'm like, what? People do this? But that's why I'm like, okay, it's fine. You do it. I guess it doesn't do nothing, but it disgusses my little toes. Like, if I'm peeing in the, I might wash.
Get out the shower.
Yep. Get out to have to go to the bathroom.
But did you do it when you were a kid?
It's like going to the swimming
pool. I've done
it
before.
It's like going to the swimming pool. If you gotta go, and you gotta get out the pool, go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, now they have the coloration, like if you pee in the pool.
Yeah. No, I was talking about getting out of the pool to go to the bathroom, like for people, unless. I just don't want to do that.
You see, now they have actually another thing as far as pools go that you can put in there.
What's that?
If you have an STD, the color changes.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Gotta be a lie. What? Where did you?
I'm not getting tested no more.
No,
I'm
I
just
think
getting
that's
into
just
those
hilarious.
pools.
How in the world?
I don't know.
Free test.
Yeah, I think it was one of those.
It's got to be a joke.
Yeah, one of those joke websites.
Because I'm like
bloop.
Oh, somebody's infected. Let's
Sally, you know you better not get in that pool.
Just move away.
Thought of Miss Prime.
Dottie. Don't be dots, everybody. Do not be a
Miss Prime.
thoughts
What's
off.
the longest you guys have gone without a shower or a bath? I'm very interested.
At least
to know.
3 days was like, I think one time I know, like 3 days I've gone.
Not proud of this, but I was arrested once, and I was in there for like 22 days.
Whoa!
And I did. I think
Shower
that
at
first
all?
week, first 5 days, I didn't take a shower.
He's in there like Martin.
Did shower out the first 5 days. I don't even think I took like used the restroom.
Right,
like
right.
number 2, he said like that 6th day. Then I was like, oh, I could do this. I could do this. Just
Is it because you were with other people in the same space?
Well, at where I was, it was so packed in the county jail that like they had to move us into this gymnasium in the building. They just locked it
Like
up.
a bay.
They just locked it up, and we were in the gym on the gym floor, like 50 dudes all in the gym. No walls, no lockdown, no nothing. We're just sitting down there sleeping on the floor. And then there's one bathroom that we're all sharing. And the only thing it has is a little.
Sounds about right. I remember
So-
when I first got in, it was intake in the military. First thing they did was like they put us all together in this room, and all the females stayed together. And the one shower had 13 heads in there, so everybody was taking a shower. I was like, this just got real. Like it just got real for me to be in front of, and that was just like the daily regiment for months.
How long did it take you? Like, all right, whatever.
Years. I would wait till people would go to sleep in the bay, because I was in a bay of like more than 60 females, and everybody's fighting to get in the shower. And this was like when we actually went to basic training, and the shower that we had there had eight showers, like, and they would all be in there and just running through. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna wait. So I wait till people go to sleep. And when I felt there was like maybe only 1 or 2 like little stragglers that would go in there too, I'm like, I need to hurry up and get my shower in before I don't get any sleep. So I got to get some sleep too, because we're up at like 4 something in the morning. I'll go in there late night when everybody already took their showers in bed. Go take my shower, have some peace. Yeah, that was it. But yeah, to be like that, you're just like 5 days. Yeah, so.
Oh, because you think you're getting out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not going to be here for long. Yeah, you don't want your meal, Marcel? It's not. That's you, bro.
I would say 3 days.
You look
for
like
me,
you need
like
it.
going camping and stuff,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said, look like you need it.
You smell like you need it.
Oh, man. All right.
Well, we enjoyed your guys' company out there, listeners and viewers.
Yeah, we really did. That was
Hope
fun,
you guys
guys.
enjoyed hanging out with us this morning and talking with us.
Yeah.
Getting to know us.
Tomorrow, I have a couple of articles I wanted to touch on. One being, I showed Ronnie the article. It was about the male birth control shot.
Yeah, interesting. Male birth control shot.
The findings actually show that it worked, but they cut the study short because of the side effects. So we'll get into what those side effects were tomorrow. Pretty interesting.
Okay. Nice.
All right, you guys. This is KXVS Morning Show on 92.1 coming soon. We are your morning show crew. Ronnie.
I've been Marcellus.
Alex.
I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
Oh no.
You're listening to
KXVS.
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 The voice of Stockton.
Hot damn.